tax preparation classes with our resource partners.
But you can't acknowledge, yes or no, whether citizens have the right and the expectation through their representatives, Republicans and Democrats, to ask you for information on how money is spent. That's a yes or no question. It's a very basic question about transparency, but I'm not hearing you answer yes or no.
Dr. Palm would love to tell you more about what we're doing at the Office of Entrepreneurial Development. I'm energized to be here and talk about our programs throughout the country.
But this sounds like you're obfuscating the issue, and you're not willing to answer that there is sunlight and that you're open to any kind of scrutiny by representatives as to how you're spending the money. You don't believe that citizens have the right to understand how you're spending money and to ask questions through their representatives about how you spend the money?
Dr. Palm, I'm here to answer any questions that you have on.
But I'm asking you, do citizens have the right to know that? And you're giving me some other answer that isn't an answer to the question. This is a question: do citizens have the right to expect you to answer questions about how your money is spent?
Dr. Palm, I'm here to answer any questions that you have on the fulfillment of our OED programs that include the resource partner footprint, the community navigator.
Let the record know that the witness is refusing to answer a very basic question about transparency. The reason I ask this question is we sent you questions back in the beginning of the summer about the Community Navigator program. These are not political questions that I know of. How many organizations applied for funds under the Community Navigators program? That question was asked in the beginning of last summer. We asked again in November, and we haven't had answers. I think your staff decided to send us some piece of paper today or yesterday, still not answering that question. What's the geographic distribution of states and localities covered by each grantee? These are not even politically charged questions that we sometimes encounter, but you can't even answer whether or not citizens have an expectation to get answers from you, and then when we ask questions, you don't answer them. That to me is serious breach of your duty as a civil servant. You can't answer a question on sunlight, and then when we send you written questions of an objective nature, you refuse to answer the questions. You don't even respond to us. I mean, that is utterly contemptuous and disregarding of representative government.
Dr. Paul, we did answer your letter, so I would be happy to answer.
When was the answer? When was the questions answered?
We will get back to your office, but I know that we answered.
No, the questions that I just asked you, the two questions, we got something yesterday or today from your office when you knew you were going to be here and have to answer some questions. You resisted for months sending any answer, but you still haven't answered the two questions that I just outlined. I do not believe we've got an answer for either one of those questions.
Well, Dr. Paul, we believe in transparency, and we did respond to your question.
No more questions.